Hello gamers, this is Sai and welcome back to Which Way Games. Now why should you be careful when going down a drain pipe?
Wait a minute. Maybe this is a secret.
Fresh meat.
And with that being said, let's get on with the video. When it comes to video games, there's a gaming icon that's instantly recognised all over the world. Wearing blue dungarees, a red cap, and sporting that infamous moustache, it's no wonder that this particular plumber is loved by gamers of all ages. This of course was Super Mario, who for most gamers would have crossed paths with this Italian plumber on their journey into the world of gaming.
Hello!
Now Mario is classed as one of the biggest gaming icons of all time, even responsible for the creation of other gaming mascots, as well as sharing a rivalry with Sonic the Hedgehog. But where did Mario's journey begin, and how important is he to Nintendo as well as the world of gaming? So with that in mind, let's go back to where it all started. Mario's journey began all the way at the beginning of the 80s, with his debut in the arcade classic Donkey Kong. He was created by Shigeru Miyamoto, who was attempting to make a video game character that he could use in any game. Before Mario was given that name that made him famous around the world, he was originally going to be called Mr. Video, which thinking about it now, would have been a bit of a strange name choice.
A few inches later.
Oh yes, the new Super Video Brothers game. Can't wait to play this.
One eternity later.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Miyamoto changed the name, but in Donkey Kong, Mario was actually called Jumpman, and as for the origins of that name, well, what else would you do if you had a barrel being thrown at you? From there, Jumpman, aka Mario, would star in other Donkey Kong games. But it wouldn't be until 1983, with the release of Mario Brothers in the arcade, that the world of gaming welcomed with open arms the most infamous pair of plumbers of all time. Now, despite Mario Brothers being a fun and an addictive game, it wouldn't be until 1985, when the legendary Super Mario Bros. Was released, that Mario became a superstar within the world of gaming. Now it's easy to see why Super Mario Bros. Is one of the greatest games for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and if it wasn't for this particular game starring Mario, then my favourite gaming icon Sonic the Hedgehog wouldn't exist. Not only was Mario responsible for Sonic, but if it wasn't for him, then the world of gaming wouldn't have had the fantastic Legend of Zelda, which is a gaming series that I'll come back to in future videos. With its success of Super Mario Bros., Nintendo were flying high thanks to the escapades of the Italian plumber, and like most successful games, a sequel was to be expected. Gamers essentially got two games claiming to be the sequel, each playing differently, but yet having their own legion of fans. The addictive follow-ups to Super Mario Bros. Were the tough as nails Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels and the Doki Doki inspired Super Mario Bros. 2. However, the Lost Levels has become a fan favourite with gamers, especially with the differences between Mario and Luigi and the increased difficulty of gameplay. The twin plumbers would eventually showcase their abilities in future games, but when it came to the release of Super Mario Bros. 3, Mario was basically bigger than Mickey Mouse, which as you can imagine was a massive deal way back then. Now Super Mario Bros. 3 was an event that gamers of the 80s were blessed to witness. This third installment to the Mario franchise was hugely popular, with some fantastic gameplay, massive abundance of levels, as well as graphics that seemed to push the Nintendo Entertainment System to its limits and beyond. And of course, Mario's world domination wasn't just limited to the world of video games. This Italian plumber had merchandise ranging from toys and clothing. He also made an appearance on the silver screen in the film called The Wizard. Mario was now officially the poster boy for Nintendo, forever cementing himself as one of the biggest gaming icons of the 80s. But as the era of neon lights came to a close, could Mario charm gamers of the 90s and further propel himself to superstardom. Of course he did, especially with the fantastic Super Mario World, which only fueled the Mario Mania fire even further. But waiting in the wings was Sega's answer to Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, this rivalry between the two gaming icons was the subject of playground arguments, especially in the 90s, which is a subject that I'll come back to in future videos. Super Mario World was classed as a perfect follow-up to the infamous Super Mario Bros. 3, taking everything that made the NES Classic a hit and turning the dial up to 100. Mario also had adventures in the world of handheld gaming, with releases for the Game Boy, but Super Mario World was where the success for Mario truly laid. The combination of perfect gameplay, spot-on controls, as well as the introduction to the lovable Yoshi was a match made in heaven. Eventually though, Yoshi would go on to star in his own games. However, Mario Mania showed no signs of slowing down, especially when newer technology was on the horizon. With Mario leaving the world of 2D behind and entering that realm of 3D, gamers were blessed with a fantastic Super Mario 64, which wrote the rulebook when it came to 3D platforming. With this new adventure into the world of 3D, Super Mario 64 was a critical success, with gamers and critics at the time calling it the best game ever made. Super Mario 64 once again proved how important Mario was to the world of gaming, with him influencing other gaming icons such as the endearing Rayman and Banjo-Kazooie. And of course, Mario didn't just stick to platforming. He could be found on the golf course, hitting that perfect drive, winning the tennis match, or driving around a racing circuit in the fantastic and highly addictive Mario Kart 64.
Welcome to Mario Kart.
And when it came to the early 2000s, Luigi, Mario's younger brother, took centre stage when the Nintendo GameCube was released, which shook up the gaming community. A Nintendo console without a Super Mario game, that was absolutely unheard of at the time, but it wouldn't be long before Mario donned his red cap in the highly fun Super Mario Sunshine. Now that the GameCube had its own Mario game, fans of the plumber once again felt blessed to be playing a game starring Mario, who by now was a living legend within gaming. And with this status as one of the greatest gaming icons of the world, Mario made yet another return to the world of handheld gaming, with re-releases of some of his classic adventures, including the legendary Super Mario 64, but with added characters, including Luigi. Now, with Mario being the superstar that he is, he pretty much defined the platforming genre. However, when it came to the fantastic Super Mario Galaxy, a whole new vision for platforming was introduced. Taking inspiration from previous games, where platforming either followed that 2D spectrum of gaming, or toyed around in that 3D world, slightly limited by the constraints of gravity, Super Mario Galaxy took both of these concepts and combined them into a fantastic game that utilised the styles of the past, but mixed up for a newer generation of gamers. It seems that with every generation of gaming, there is always a Mario game. But my question for you guys at home is, which is the greatest Mario game of all time? Eventually, Mario would make a return to his gaming roots of the past with the brilliant new Super Mario Bros., but with a modern twist. Gamers could play as several different characters, and there would also be respectful nods to the past games for older gamers to enjoy. Obviously, Nintendo have carried on with this homage to the past with a highly addictive Super Mario Maker 2 that's allowed gamers to finally do what Nintendo have done for years, and that would be making their own stages.
Yes!
Finally, gamers could create that perfect stage, which would have been the subject of dreams for many gamers over the years. And thinking about it now, it's amazing to see how far Mario has come since his introduction to the world of gaming since the 80s. All the escapades Mario would go through have one thing in common, and that was to have as much fun as possible while providing a fantastic gaming experience. But it does bring about many questions that have been asked over time, including one in particular. And of course that would be, what would the world of gaming be like without Mario? Would gaming have survived the video game crash of the 80s? Would gaming still have the fantastic characters that have become fan favourites over the years? And would gamers be who they are today without the influence Mario has had over the digital world of fun? All good questions which we may never know the answers to, but I'm just glad that Mario does exist, because without him, gaming wouldn't have Sonic nor other legendary gaming franchises. So thank you to Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto for creating one of the greatest gaming icons of all time. Overall, the Mario games have a certain charm about them, having that seal of quality Nintendo are known for, and are essentially wrapped in golden gaming goodness that have stood the test of time. Now Mario has gone on from strength to strength with each official game released, and I can only wonder what the future holds for the world's most infamous plumber. Either way, Mario will continue to be a staple of gaming, introducing gamers to the fantastic digital world of fun, and bringing gamers all over the world together in the most favourite pastime of the last 5 decades. So like Mario, let's keep collecting that Power Star, and remember that gaming is all about fun and having a good time. Anyway, come back next time where Professor Layton has to uncover the mysteries on the many adventures he finds himself on. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.